On the left back, John, we do seem to discuss it every week. You know, he didn't have the best of games, but as we said, no one did against Villa. But is it time for Matt Targett to come in? I feel like we do ask this every week. We should have
yes, because it is a talking point with the fans. And it's almost two separate arguments, Andrew. First of all, is it time for Byrne to get a rest from playing left back, which is not his natural position and he's not physically equipped for it? Why isn't he physically equipped for it? Because he's 8'6", which means his legs are going all over the shop, and because he's one pace. Physically, he's one pace. Now put that out at left back, and that's tough. And he's done brilliant. So you could say the first question is it time for Matt Byrne to come out the firing line as a left back? And I think the answer is yes. The problem is, you then say, is Targett the answer to come in and be an improvement? And that is probably answered with a question mark. But if I'm Matt Targett and I'm a left back for which you paid 15 million or whatever you did, and I couldn't get a game now, I would seriously be looking at myself, and saying, what have I got and what is my future? That has to be considered. It may well be that you decide to stick with Byrne, or Eddie does, but that's got to be considered and can be considered. You can't consider dropping Trippier, and you would be mad to do it because there isn't a left back. The guy who bought the right back, the guy who bought Ashby isn't ready yet. He just had a game for the under-20s in midweek. He isn't ready yet. You're not going to rush Lascelles into the side. Etc., etc. So probably the only changes you could have is looking at left back and do you put Byrne in his position to give a rest elsewhere, or do you just take him out the firing line, or do you leave it and say that back four's done well all season? The trouble is, in the last two games, or 1.5 games, they haven't done well.
I mean, if it was me, I think I would bring Matt Targett in for Dan Byrne and pop Dan Byrne onto the bench. I don't think he'll make any changes across the back four. I just can't see it happening. I think the only change he will make will be Sean Longstaff coming in